Alright, good morning folks. I'm here with my very first guest on the Jiggee Jon Carpool Talk Show. I've just rocked up in front and look who it is. We got ourselves another comedian!
Yeah!
My man Prakash Daniel.
Good to see you.
Also known as the Kavin J doppelganger.
Ayo, no
or is it
lah.
the other way around? The Kavin's Prakash doppelganger.
Yes.
What's up, brother?
Body double.
Please strap on.
Yes, I need to.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Alright, so this is inaugural. I got this homeboy on my show as the very first carpool guest. So how you feeling, brother?
Good, man. It's early in the morning, but they're all good.
Panakota fella had to choose someone closest 5 minutes away.
Yes, oh yeah.
I wasn't going to drive 10 kilometers to go and pick up anybody. We'll go further as the days come and go. So tell me, brother, what's been going on?
Nothing much, man. I've just been busy working, doing comedy.
Oh, you work?
Yeah, bro. I do.
You have a day job?
I don't have a day job, but I do. I'm actually a photographer and / comedian. So yeah.
Well, it's good that you say that. So when I looked you up, especially on Insta, you are way more active on your photography page, which is good because that means you are a professional.
That's right.
And your comedy, you seem to be keeping a slightly lower profile, if I may say.
Actually, the thing is now, it's actually turned the other way around now. My comedy now is taken the main thing now.
Well, that's the thing, because if you remember, we met a couple of years ago, and when you were really at the height of your bearded brother,
yes.
you had a little thing going on. Is that page still up?
I used to run a page called Beards of Malaysia.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's been dormant now because I've been busy with comedy and I haven't done that in a while. But maybe maybe next year I'll try to start that back again. So yeah.
But you managed to capture how many Beards of Malaysia on that?
Quite a bit. So
100?
Around 100 maybe. And also what happened was I started taking photos of my friends.
Yeah.
But then the project took a different angle when I started photographing a lot of foreign workers in Malaysia and telling their stories.
Yes, that's right. I remember that, and I thought that was a great angle.
Yes. So it was really cool. So I did that, and then one of the photos from the series actually made me won an award for the Kuala Lumpur Photo Awards 3 years ago. Yeah, so it was really good. So that was really fun. So we'll see. I'm still keeping it there. I'm sure I can work it out again. So,
how'd you get into photography though?
So I'm actually a film and television major, bro. So I studied film and television.
And I remember you did something in Dublin, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so that was for photography.
Okay.
So Guinness Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, we're not endorsed by Guinness, but
okay.
have to say that, they sent me to Dublin to do their photo story for Guinness St. Patrick's Day.
How many years ago was that?
That was maybe 2013, 14 maybe, yeah.
Okay.
5 years ago, 6 years ago maybe, yeah.
How was that experience, man?
Oh man, it was really good, bro. I've never been to Europe, so it was my first time to Europe. It was really cool. It was really fun.
Okay.
Dublin's a beautiful city, and I just went there, photographed. Everything was taken care of. Then I came back, and then my photos were published in magazines.
Wow.
And stuff like that. So yeah.
Global, international magazines?
Local magazines,
okay.
but was on Guinness's Facebook page and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very cool. And so, how long have you been? Well, I guess a professional photographer.
Professional photography, I would say since I was in uni. So I would say give and take 10, 12 years maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still doing it though?
I'm still doing it, but not as often as I used to do. Now I do more more streamlined clients. So I do specials in portraits.
Okay.
More events, but mostly portraits, corporate portraits. If anyone wants to do portraits, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. So
okay, awesome. So I'll be sure to make a mention of that when we put this up later.
Yes.
But okay, let's now switch straight into comedy. So
yeah.
How did that happen, man?
So 7 years ago, I used to go. So I love comedy. I've always been a comedy fan. So I used to go watch all the comedy shows in. That time they used to have the shows in Time Out KL.
Yes, that's right.
The old Jalan.
Correct.
So I used to go there, and that's where I met Kavin, I met Rizal, I met Papi Zag, Jenhan, and all these people.
Okay.
And at that time, Kavin and Rizal just started this open mic show called One Mic Stand.
That's correct.
In Jaya 1.
That's right.
So then he said we're running an open mic show. You come and see comedy all the time. When you want to try, so I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I love comedy, but I would not try. Then Kavin said you just come and try. If you don't like, it's fine. So and I did it for the first time, 5 minutes.
But why would Kavin have even just asked you to try? Did he know that you had a funny bone to you?
No. I think so. It was just it's one of those things where he just, hey, come lah, that kind of thing. But then it kind of worked.
Mopped, and you literally had the knack for it.
Yeah. So since then I did the first show, then I did the second show. Then I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is not bad. So there's something here.
Yeah.
So because naturally I was always grew up like performing and like being in front of people. So I
Really?
did have yeah.
What did you do?
So in school I was in theatre and like all those things.
Where'd you go to school, bro?
I went to La Salle Sentul.
Holy shit, we are LaSallians.
Yeah.
I'm LaSalle PJ.
Yeah, La
So
Salle
which
Sentul.
means we share the same, either the rally or the school song. Cheer, cheer, and courage display.
Yes.
Cheer, cheer, and courage display.
Yeah.
All you LaSallians join in the fray. Oh, join the fray.
The fray.
Send a volley of cheers on high.
Something like that, yeah.
Shake down the thunder from the sky. This year is LaSalle PJ's 60th anniversary, by the way.
Wow.
And I'm producing the event for them.
Nice.
I'll be hosting it as well. So
Oh, cool.
LaSalle PJ turned 60.
Andrew Netto is also from.
Yeah. So he's going to be doing stand-up.
Oh, nice.
And I'm emceeing and I'm also producing the event for them.
Okay, cool.
So that's coming up in October. Fellow LaSallian, huh?
Yes.
The Port LaSalle. LaSalle. Awesome, bro. So, okay, so who are some of the comedians you look up to? Let's talk about local and then we go to international.
Local comedians that
Or at least you're okay, let me rephrase that. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite local comedian?
my favorite local comedian, I would say, of course, is Kevin J.
Okay.
And also Kwa Jen Han, actually.
Wonderful.
Kwa Jen Han is an amazing storyteller, really good friend.
And the nice thing about three boys particularly,
Yeah.
Neto, Kavin and Kwa Jen Han,
Yeah.
I was there as the MC announcing them when they won their first comedy gig.
Oh, wow.
Bon Martini Bar, there was a comedy series that ran in 2006.
Wow.
It was organized by this gentleman called Billy and a lady called Pam who were linked to Comedy Con, Alan and Indy, to Godfathers.
Yes.
And it was over a series of every week they had this. It was like a precursor to this full-on comedy clubs that have been going on right now.
All right.
And so that was won. If my memory doesn't fail me, Jen Han won.
Yeah.
Either Neto was second or third, and Papi Zach was, and Kavin was maybe fourth place or something like that. But that's when I know, and so that's when right after that began the Young Comedians of Malaysia.
Yeah, that's right.
And so the judges were people like Indy.
Yes, YCOM was around that time, right?
Correct.
Young Comedians of Malaysia.
So that's when I've literally seen these gentlemen start their comedy careers, you know. And I've watched the entire journey, and being an event planner and a show producer, I've had the chance of booking literally every one of them.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome, lah. Coffee
Yeah.
for you, by the way, bro.
Oh,
Have it while it's night and piping hot. Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Oh, coffee.
I just got coffee all over my beard.
Cheers.
Black Americano.
It's a very halal show, I see.
Well, if you want something special next time, let me
the
know.
morning beverage.
I would have brought some special stuff from the estates, but let's not go there.
Oh, gosh.
So international comedians, who's your main man?
Currently, I'm a huge fan of Hassan Minhaj.
Oh, I love that guy.
I mean, a huge fan of Hassan Minhaj.
Yes.
And also, I'm not. I like Sean Patton from America.
Okay.
Also, Kyle Kinane from America, and also one of my favorite comedians is Butch Bradley.
Okay.
Also performed in Malaysia before.
Nice.
But like currently, I've been like watching a lot of Hassan Minhaj's stuff, and he's kind of paving the way for the brown people to be
I totally understand.
in the mainstream. So
But
that-
my personal favorite who just does it for me right now is Trevor Noah.
oh yes, of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
that guy is a talent tahap gaban lah.
Yes, he's a very smart, very eloquent, and his stuff is on point. So
He is completely on point. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Completely on point. I love it. I absolutely love that,
Yeah,
what the guy
yeah.
does. And you know, it's a shame. I tried to book his tickets
Yeah.
for Singapore. Couldn't.
40 minutes,
You know,
the ticket open and it's
So
done.
it was just one day.
Yeah.
And then they knew that this is not going to happen, or maybe it was a marketing gimmick, so they did the second performance.
Yes.
I was online like a mofo lah.
Yeah.
Just waiting, and lo and behold, it ain't going to happen lah.
Yeah, I tried. I was like in front of the laptop, and
So I'm actually thinking of going there, driving there, and trying to catch him on the carpool lah.
yeah, I think so. You should
That'd be pretty awesome, right? Because
just
just
go
down the
there,
road.
just kidnap him. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to go through the security lah. So.
I'm going to see if I can get through his manager lah. I think that'll be freaking awesome, because then he comes to this neck of the woods,
Yeah.
and we have a chitty chatter,
Yes.
and you know, I think it will be fun.
yeah.
So you know, okay, so we all know, you know, being funny maybe comes naturally, blah blah blah. But what's the lows of that side of being a funny guy lah, bro?
Lows of being a funny side.
I mean, the daily struggles that we go through lah. Let's get a little raw and edgy
I
lah.
think, I mean, like, you know, we are in the same industry, and it's
We are.
It's not easy to be. To be honest, sometimes people think like we are 24/7 wired and we are funny.
No, that's not
But at the
true.
end of the day, like sometimes it's like, especially I host a lot of shows.
Correct.
So because a lot of comedians they can do a set, but like not all comedians can host.
That is true.
And it's not easy being a host, because you're a host, you have to make sure you keep the show alive. You have to make sure everyone is working together well, and you have to prep the audience before the comedian comes up.
That is correct.
Blah blah blah. You know, so sometimes if one comedian doesn't do well, and then you have to go up there and actually bring up your energy again.
That's
and
right.
bring up the crowd again on your side.
And I've seen you. Remember, I came the one time to the open mic
Yes.
last year, this year, and I saw you do it. And the thing is, I always knew that for you it was a walk in the park, lah.
Yeah, but it's not easy because like the thing is, people don't understand about like performance energy. I mean, like when you host the event,
of course,
you host a whole day of event, and then on top of that you have to do games, you have to do that, you have to interact, and by end of the night you just get so tired, right? Because you're just running on that
adrenaline.
Yeah, that right. And then after that, by end of the night, and sometimes on top of that, you have to do your marketing. You have to go and talk to people. You have to say hello, which is very important.
Of course.
For any performer, I think so it's very important. Please remember to do that.
Yeah.
But I think so that's the raw side of it. I would say like a lot of comics, you know, where like we go through this because like I right now I do like 4 shows a week.
Okay.
Either hosting or I'm part of a show. Like tonight I'm doing an improv show at Harid's place.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's like, you know,
very nice.
So sometimes you go into that autopilot mode of like, okay, you know, let's do this, let's not do that, you know. But then you come to a point where sometimes like you need to write new jokes, and that's where you find struggles as well.
Sure.
So that is like, you know, and it's not easy to write jokes. So sometimes people come to the shows, they're always like, I've heard that joke, I know why you're doing the joke again. And I'm like, dude, it's not easy to write jokes, man.
No, far from it.
Yeah. So those are the struggles that I think so like most comics go through. But me personally, I would say I'm a very extrovert person.
Yep.
And it really, it's very hard for me sometimes to recuperate the next day in the morning or what, because like you had a huge show.
The adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah, and then next morning
I hear you.
Oh man,
it's that high, you know, just coming back to reality from that high. Oh, dude, it's like we're heroin addicts, lah.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I've not tried heroin.
Well, neither have I, but I'm assuming it's the same high that our body goes through. The rush of endorphins and whatnot is similar to us shooting up, lah.
Because the thing is, I mean, a lot of if you're a low energy comic, I think it's a bit different.
Correct.
But like if you're a high energy comic and you're
we whip ourselves into a frenzy.
Yeah, and then the worst part is we're always constantly thinking like, oh, did I do well? Did I get the audience on my side?
True.
You know, and like sometimes if the and then after the show, audience will come and say like, actually you did a good job. Actually means you know for a fact that the people's psychology, like, okay, they didn't have a good show actually, you know.
Yeah, they're just being nice. Or, well, we overthink it, or we think too much into it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the side of the game that people don't even think about it. They just come, we have a hee hee ha ha.
Yes.
And they just assume it's all hunky dory.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like, and that's the thing, because like, and that's why a lot of comedians also now. I mean, we have all these famous comedians, especially like people like Robin Williams and stuff like that.
I know.
Who's gone through like mental health issues.
Yes,
and,
even
like,
Jim Carrey went through that.
Yeah, you know, all this what do you call that, like depression problems. And
yes,
all that,
because that shit is real.
Yeah, it is.
It's legitimately real.
Because like a lot of people, I think especially people in entertainment and also comedians, especially, I would say, we are constantly striving to make other people happy, but we forget to make ourselves happy.
Well, I would say our happiest is when we are doing what we do best.
Yes, that's right.
When we are practicing our craft and enjoying the people eating out of our hands is when we are in cosmic nirvana of all sorts. And then when we get off that platform, it's almost like I need to be back on the platform like right away.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's like we need to be on that high almost 24/7.
That's right.
Aside from the fact when the moments we're sleeping.
Yeah. So that when you don't have that buzz, sometimes you really like and
it's a downer.
And also like for you to come up with new material is like it's going to take longer.
Correct.
So that's why sometimes a lot of big comedians who are really successful, they do have writers working with them, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So like for us, it's like, you know, we still doing it the old school way. We're still writing, which is cool. But then I think when you reach a certain level, of course you need help. So,
of course.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you know you can probably deliver material anyhow, anywhere, but sometimes with a good angle from another creative mind, you can take it further.
That's right.
And I've been fortunate. I've also had the privilege of, there's a certain gentleman who's involved in my life now, Mr. Yats, and he has contributed a whole lot to the creative journey for this last couple of months. Ever since I've started all these, you know, vlogs and trying different angles. But you know, I mean, even me doing this is just trying to push the boundaries of the local scene.
No, it's really, and that's the thing, because for me, I feel that, I mean, like, what you're doing is really cool, because like it's not to say that the thing about our Malaysian scene is we are very small. Like everything, music, poetry, filmmaking and all that, we're very small. And I think so, like, I always believe in collaborating and collaborations.
Totally understand.
It's very important that we need to do that. I mean, you're not here to take my job. I'm not here to take your job.
Not at all.
But it's the whole idea.
It's a great platform to.
Yes.
For me, I am using this, or I want to use this as a platform to stir and just put it out there for my fellow people of the industry.
Yes.
I'm an entertainment guy.
Yeah.
And it's not just you guys; it's the guys in the music scene.
Yeah.
You know, and all manner of performers. And I think. I just want to create a platform to give you guys a voice, as a form of just reminding the industry that, hey, there's a whole bunch of us out there hustling our rear ends off.
Yes, that's so true. Yeah,
and we're professionals at what we do.
Yep.
And you know, like, give, you know, just here's a chance to hear a different side to you, because how often do we get a chance to hear this side of what you do?
Yeah, that's right.
Not just you,
anyone else, actually.
everyone else for that matter. And it's gonna happen, because I've already got in mind who else I'm gonna bring into the hot seat right next to you.
Okay.
Or where you are, I should say.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be good to get behind the scenes or inside the heads of you guys.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I think so. It also gives you a different perspective of like how artists or like people in the arts work actually.
Totally,
it's amazing.
totally. Because
Yeah.
you know, I'm very blessed that I'm in. You know, running an entertainment event company allows me to already be connected to pretty much the who's who lah. You know, so right after this, I will have access to the musicians, to the singers, to the artists, to, you know, the magicians, the rappers, or all. I mean, comedians galore.
Yeah.
I think I've got guests to last me 2 years lah.
Yeah. True.
On a basis of just weekly guests, you see. And you know, I just ever since I saw that video of you, the recent one with the cup thing.
Oh yes.
I mean, I was just laughing my hat off, and I'm like, I love this guy lah. Like, I mean, I haven't seen enough of you, but that video did it for me.
Yeah.
Because I would say, and you wrote that yourself?
Yeah, because that's the cool thing about the internet now, right? It gives you a platform to just come out and innovate new things.
Yep.
So someone actually did it just with like water versus beer.
I think I saw that.
So then a lot of people just started taking it to the next level. So then I'm like, hey, we have not done a Malaysian version.
Correct, the Malaysian version.
Yeah,
of it.
or the Indian version. So I'm
Correct.
like, okay, you know, let's do this. And I just did it. I was having coffee with my friend, and then I'm like, I just got a glass and then just recorded it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
but that was spot on. Like,
yeah.
I mean, see, that's the beauty of comedy today, because Malaysia, on a daily basis, we've got great material.
Yes. Yeah.
And we don't even need to write stuff. I mean, from dogs that look like sun bears.
Yes. And also
to gutter politics.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, people saying they're not in the video and stuff like that. So.
And the one that has been circulating yesterday is our poor finance minister.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I know. I just read about it. I'm like, bro, sometimes
I saw the freaking photo and I couldn't unsee that.
Because the thing is, sometimes it's like
whoever did that needs to work on their Photoshop skills for the first point.
Yes.
Because it was utter rubbish.
Yeah.
But secondly, it was just, you know, I mean, this whole smear gutter politics just.
I think so. That's the cool thing about being in a developing country.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, now that freedom of speech is back.
Yes.
Which is why I started my Boleland sagas last year and kind of ran a train on, you know, MO1 and JO2 and all those appus. You know, we're still waiting for the axe to drop on them.
Yeah, I think so. We're living in a very interesting time now in Malaysia as well.
Oh, very much
and
so.
it also gives a lot of the people in the arts to actually express anything, like, you know,
because the last time anyone expressed themselves was the early days of Instant Cafe.
Yes.
And Comedy Card, because Alan Indy used to run a train on the former guys, from Sami Velu
everyone
to Lim. No, what was the former the number one from the MCA?
Lim Kek.
Or even
one of those guys.
I mean, they used to run a train on them. And they were the ones who started it, and they perfected that craft.
Yes.
And then after that, in this last decade or so, we've been silenced. In a way. So we have to be very. So we've just not skirted around that issue, because if not, who knows, you would have been blown up with a pile of C4 lah. No, jokes aside.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, because you know, Kaka was head of the triad lah.
Oh yes, of course.
You know, I mean, she was Gang 44, 56, and Tomba. The ultimate was Gang Tomba lah.
All the numbers lah. So
yeah, you know, so in a way, it's nice to see our Tunminator back in the scene.
Yes, that's right.
And at 94, he's growing great guns. So the thing is, he pretty much shot retirement out the water lah.
Yes, of course.
And for us 50 years younger, we're basically babies lah.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing about seeing currently how Tunam is doing. Because sometimes like, a lot of people complain like, oh my god, there's no work, we can't do this. I'm like, hey, he is a 94-year-old man.
Yeah.
Just coming here and just doing his thing.
And just hustling hard.
Yeah,
so what is your bloody excuse like?
Yeah, just do your thing, man.
Just do your thing.
And that's why right like I've just been like really just concentrating on working and just performing and not caring about any of the politics or like nothing.
Totally.
I just want to perform.
Yeah.
I just want people to know what I do, and I want to be really good at it, you know.
Of course.
And that's the whole idea, you know. And that's why like with having like places like Haris kind of just opened the Joke Factory.
The Joke Factory, that's correct.
Have you been in there? Have you checked out
I really want to.
Yeah.
And in fact, if he's got, I don't know if you know, but recently Jason Leong put me up to a whole.
Yes, I saw that. I heard about it.
For the first time in my life, but after so many years of hosting, my knees were actually shaking.
Okay.
I haven't had butterflies in my stomach, bro, in about 15 years.
Okay.
Okay, and so, in all honesty, I have to thank Jason for that, because if he didn't challenge me to do that, I've always wanted to. I've always asked myself because as an MC, I am a bit of an improv. I don't think of it, but I just go with the flow and I roast people on the fly.
Yeah.
So that, I guess, quantifies as improv lah.
Yeah, that's right.
But I've never been able to do stand-up. The only time I ever tried it, I actually did it once before, to be fair. 2010, 2009. There was a place called Karma in Hartama as a bar.
Okay.
You might have heard of it. So anyways, I actually invited a whole bunch of people, had my material written, stood up there, and bombed it. And Matthew George, Ronnie.
Yes.
He was in the audience. He actually stepped up and covered my ass. Because that was at the heat of the Comeback Kings, Puji Ho.
Yes.
And he had done some stuff, and he was still actively doing comedy, I guess, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
And I was very grateful that he covered my rear end lah.
Okay.
After that, I told myself, okay, Apu, stick to what you know best. You're a retired clown, just stick to the comedy via emceeing, and stand-up is not your thing. Over and out.
Okay.
But fast forward a decade later, I think I did okay lah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch it.
No, I saw the clip a bit here and there.
Yeah, and the thing is, I thought I didn't have enough material, and then I wrote more, and then the bloody bell went off twice, and then they almost threw me off the stage.
Yes, because it's 3 minutes nowadays.
I didn't know lah, and I thought I didn't have enough. But look, and the thing is, so for what it's worth, so when you mentioned the Joke Factory, I know they even have open mic. I want to come there. My friends have been attending.
I host open mics nowadays there. So like yesterday we had 18 comedians at the lineup.
Whoa!
18 comedians and
whoa!
And it was we had a really good audience as well. So,
wow!
So in a way, the scene is actually growing very well.
That's awesome, man.
So that's really good. I think so. And he's also given there's two comedy clubs. There's Crack House and there's Joke Factory.
Yep.
And it gives opportunities for comics to perform everywhere. To be honest, I wish that one day Malaysia would have like 5 operating comedy clubs.
No, I totally
you know what I mean?
hear you. Yeah, I
and
hear
all
you.
the comics, we can do 5 shows.
Yep.
We can start a show at 8 because in America I heard people have shows like until the wee hours of the night.
Dude,
and
I'll tell you,
shows like crazily. You start the show at 7 o'clock, then you do a next show at 8:30, then you show at 9 o'clock, and then I follow Ronnie Chang on Instagram.
Yes.
And if you follow him, it's crazy because he's like just traveling between the streets of New York doing different comedy clubs.
Yes.
And he's doing like 5 or 6 shows.
Right.
While doing the Daily Show.
I know, right?
It's crazy. So
the guy's hustling real hard.
He is. So for me, it's like, he has just 2 comedy clubs, and I think, and also there's a bunch of smaller shows around.
That's true.
But I think the more you put in work, the more effort you put in, the better you get. So I think so. That's what I've been doing,
Of course.
Just doing it and see how it goes.
So what inspires you, bro? Or who inspires you?
To be honest, what happened? Okay, so when I first started, of course, every comic we end up talking about like the typical, being a guy, and it's such a male-dominated industry.
It is.
You end up saying, you do end up doing like stupid dick jokes and all that, right?
Right.
But like the last 2 years or so, or 3 years, I would say, really kind of looked at me I changed my perspective in comedy, especially after last year. Last year I actually had the opportunity to go to Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Oh wow!
So I did the Melbourne International Comedy Festival where Jason performed as well.
That's right. So
I did the show called Comedy Zone Asia.
Yep.
And my God, like my perception of comedy was just opened in a different level because
really?
comedy is just not doing stand-up, bro. You go there, you have people doing like there's all kinds. There's music, there's dance, there's there's the multimedia, there's like puppets.
Oh wow!
There's a guy. There's a show called there's a character called Randy. And
Okay,
it's just
like a Jeff Dunham of
but it's just a purple puppet, and it's a 1 hour show, bro.
Whoa!
You watch the show.
Yeah.
And within 5 minutes, you would not know it's a puppet. You will think it's a human doing a show. And we're talking about like 200 people in a theater watching this show.
Whoa!
So and this guy is so good. So and that's the thing, because it really opened up my worldview of like how comedy can actually connect to people.
Of course.
And bro, not only comedy. The thing that really blew my mind was the kids show, bro.
Kids doing comedy?
No, not only kids doing comedy. They actually have shows dedicated for kids.
Oh wow!
So during the festival in Melbourne, the festival runs a month.
Okay.
So it's like 3.5 weeks of shows.
Yeah.
And there's 600 shows the whole month.
Whoa!
Yeah. And the shows start at like 10:30 in the morning, all the way to like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh man!
So you just
that's mental.
Yeah. So you get to just like watch comedy. So I went for and that's the thing, like a lot of things inspired me. So I'm like so like, you know, like I maybe in the future, hopefully I really want to put a show together for kids.
Wow.
And that's a huge market that we can tap into.
Okay.
And I had an idea of like actually maybe like even like doing a workshop for kids, you know, a comedy workshop. So
that's
like
a brilliant idea, dude.
The parents come to the workshop, send their kids for like half a day, and then these kids all do they write like 3 minutes of material.
Whoa.
And then in the evening they come and watch their kids perform. You know, so and it really blew my mind, because like and the really cool thing about Melbourne was like every single venue that they can make into a space, they made into a space.
Wow.
To perform. So you can go into a bar, and then you take the exit, go up, and then you see a small room with like 50 people in there.
Wow.
So it's and everyone, and that's the thing. Sometimes here I realize the communities here, we are very privileged because we have so much opportunities. But when I met I met a lot of people from different parts of the world, and like I met all these UK comics and even Aussie comics who come down. Some of them end up not making any money because the festival is really expensive. But they are out there to just put out their 1 hour show or their show, just for people to let people know that they are doing this. I had a friend this year. Last year I photographed her while I was in the festival. I became friends with her. She's like, so this year she did a show, and the whole 1 month she played an alien, and she's a keyboardist. So every day she actually paints herself green. My God. And goes and performs.
That is some dedication, man.
Yeah, and it's the show got nominated and all that, you know. So that's a cool thing. So it gave me a lot of ideas. So this year I'm actually like doing something really big as well, end of the year. So
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say what it is?
Yeah, so I'm actually doing my 1 hour show, a new 1 hour show. In September 14th at PJ Life Arts.
Okay.
So
your own show.
My own, First
time?
No. So last year when I came back from Melbourne, I actually headlined at the Joke Factory.
That's right.
I did 2 nights of headlining at the Joke Factory, and I mean all was good, and I had a good turnout. 2 shows, sold out shows, and then so this year I told myself, like, you know, I should actually do another show, like a newish show. So and I'm like, how then a producer actually got in touch with me, and then they are producing my show. So there's guys from Phoenix PR. Okay. Yeah, so they used to bring in all the South Indian comedians here.
Oh wow, okay.
So I opened for the shows for the South Indian comics, and then the response was really good. And he's like, oh my God, is this thing called Penetron?
Holy smokes! You gotta take a photo of that dude. What a name! Penetron. Santa Maria, Amala Ganja. You gotta take a photo. Yes.
You have to put this.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'll put it in. We just drove by a truck
that says
Penetron.
Anyway,
Megatron.
Yeah, my God, it's a different version of Transformers.
I mean,
so anyway, I'm doing the show in September 14th. It's going to be called Beautiful. The show's called Beautiful. I'll send you the details and all that.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a 1 hour show, a newish slideshow. But the cool thing is this thing, because being in Melbourne made me realize that I can use anything to make comedy, right? So I'm gonna bring in my photography part of the show.
Nice.
So the show is gonna have a bit of photography part of the
50
show.
Shades of Grey?
No.
Okay.
Just like my work, what I've done, because to be honest, I've been doing comedy for 7 years. I only say to people that I'm a photographer.
Okay.
I've never spoken about the stupid things that I've experienced as a photographer. How clients talk to me, how the stupidest things, all kinds of things lah.
Okay.
You want to do this for exposure and all that nonsense.
Right.
So that one. So what is going to happen is, and I'm also getting my friend Santosh, who's part of this band called Nadir.
Okay.
Malaysian band. So he plays all the Indian classical instruments.
Okay.
So he's
a bit like Akasha or something.
Yeah, but they're a bit more fusion, whatever not.
Okay.
So he's going to be part of the show where he's going to be playing the tabla and the harmonium. And he's going to be doing all the Carnatic singing in the back, because I want to like bring in that Indian element to the show.
Very nice.
And also
nice.
I want to be proud of my heritage,
Of course.
Yeah, because that's one thing that people have to realize, that Malaysia is so diverse.
Yep.
That we can be who we want to be in our country.
Of course.
And that's the whole idea, because if the whole idea of storytelling is actually very prevalent in the Indian culture actually.
Yep.
If you watch any old Tamil movies or what, there will always be one character that goes out to the village and actually like shouts out. So that's going to be the role of Santosh. So he's going to be like, part of the show. And
awesome.
I'm still working I got 3.5 months to go
awesome.
putting the show together, but we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome, bro. I mean, I'm so glad to hear that, because well, this is a perfect chance for me to get to know a little bit more of what else you're doing. So any goals that you have that you want to aim towards?
Goals wise, I think so, like if this show goes on well, I would love to bring this show on tour.
Okay.
Because the show is going to be talking. So the show is going to be talking about my family, and like the experiences that I have with my family.
Okay.
And also I'm going to talk about my relationship.
Wonderful.
Because I was in a very long relationship, and it didn't work out. And all that. But I want to celebrate what I had.
Sure.
I know it's not about talking bad about the relationship. So that's the whole idea, because like I think so I want to bring the show on tour in Malaysia first.
Okay.
And if everything goes on well, maybe I'll bring it to Australia, Singapore.
Awesome, man.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that's the whole idea, because I just want to travel with the show and do something different. Yeah. So we'll
awesome.
See how it goes,
Do some comedy for me, lah, bro. Come on. Have you ever tried carpool comedy or not? I'm gonna put you on the spot a bit, lah. Alright, Santa Maria, we are back in business. So technology at its best. We've just bought a GoPro 7. I just bought it. Tried it. Battery fucking died.
So Jiggee asked me to do stand-up in the car. And guess what? Just as I said, like, you have to pay me to watch, the GoPro went off, and we were figuring out for the last 10 minutes how to use the thing. It was not charging. Bro, your editing fella gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
because the angle was up here just now, and now we're up
down here.
So you're only gonna see our beards, guys. So the thing about having beards, bro. The thing about having beards.
Yes.
Talking about comedy, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. This is a real story that happened to me, which I now use it part of my set. Okay. So like how people always stereotype you when you have a beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it happened, and my father told me to shave my beard.
Okay.
Say, boy, shave your beard, you look like a terrorist. I'm like, Dad, why? I don't know, you might explode yourself, right? And true enough, last year when I went to Melbourne, I landed in Melbourne airport, and the guy just stopped me and said, excuse me sir, you've been randomly selected for explosions. So I followed this guy into the room, bro. There were all Indian people in the room. It's like somehow catch brown people day, and all their bags were open. There's only curry powder in their bags. You can't create an act of terrorism using curry powder, white people, alright? You can't go in front of Melbourne town hall and go like, Alagapas, you can't do that. What bombs you gonna throw? Turmeric bombs, is it? You know how sad Indian people are like, why are you wasting the turmeric? Can you make biryani, So that happens, guys. So even here also, because sometimes I drive a Myvi.
Yeah.
And Myvi apparently is like the default vehicle for crime in Malaysia.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Especially a white Myvi, I don't know
Okay.
why. The last time I got stopped by the car, the fella asked me for passport. I'm like, hey. And then the worst part is he took my IC. No cover line at all,
Okay.
Blatantly like, Onka India.
Ah.
I'm like, yeah, lah, say India lah. And yeah, these are things that I face, bro, every day because I'm having a beard. So,
but on that note, this year, I've been stopped and searched in this car 4 times.
there you go.
And I'm not sure why, because it never happened before. But ever since I've done this new wrap, which is this Empower livery and all that 9 yards, I've been stopped and they have done almost short of a cavity search around my car, my laptop bag. They didn't touch me.
They checked the car, right?
The car was checked inside out.
They checked my car also a few times.
And I don't know what's up with that. But I heard there's a memo out there. Supposedly they're supposed to look out for
bearded people.
Yes, correct. Brown bearded boys. I'm not sure if it's linked back to, you know, the underworld. I don't know, underground, whatever we call it.
Underworld, bro.
I don't know, the only never mind, let's not go there.
Bro, I myself just finding ways to just make some money. And then this fellas come and stop. You think like, I would not survive in the underworld, huh?
You will only survive in an underwear.
Yes. That one also don't have sometimes.
Commando! My God.
Yes.
Oh, bro. Anyway.
Finally it's back working.
Yeah, it's working. We're actually back in. So now we understand technology. We'll have to figure out GoPro.
Yeah.
I'm going to come up to you and have a word with you.
So to the people making GoPro, so you have to make sure that the charging ports are easily accessible.
Yeah, because what the bloody hell? The goddamn suction cup, I sucked it up, stuck it there, and I cannot access my charging cable. But Bokkanas GoPro, huh? Kononia, best in the world and all that. I just dropped a whole lot of money.
No, because they
and the battery died after 30 minutes. What tomfoolery?
They want to make sure tomfoolery.
Yeah, massive tomfoolery lah. Made me spend 2,000 ringgit all, and this is the crap I have to put away.
Are you living in the British colonial era?
Oh yeah, it's a cup of tea with the Queen of England. With the pinky up in the air.
Tomfoolery.
God save the Queen. That one I gotta give it to my late father lah.
Oh yes.
He was the king of.
Who is your inspiration, bro?
For?
To make sure that what you do right now.
Well, my dad was old school. He was an engineer for RTM.
Okay.
Typical Panakotte. So when his elder son became a clown, he wasn't sure what was going on with life.
Okay.
In fact, 3 years ago, I was taking him for dinner, and mind you, in my 911 Turbo.
Okay.
He's like, so when are you going to get a real job?
Are you still at?
I was like, because dad doesn't, my dad never understood what event management. He's old school. Super old school.
Yes.
He was born and raised in a different time.
Yes.
And so when he asked me that, I didn't know how to answer him lah. I said I'll think about it like that. Because my younger brothers, on the other hand, they did, you know, the usual engineering stuff and all of that.
That's right.
So I think that he understood it. He got it. But he couldn't put his finger. He literally asked me, are you still clowning around? And mind you, I retired in 2002.
A long time ago, bro.
So in his mind, he cannot put 2 and 2 together. What event management? Because my dad was old school. He passed away at 85.
Yeah.
So that was last year, and he didn't have a clue of what this whole event management and all that. So I just, you know, if he wanted to think that I was a clown, so be it lah. I was a clown lah.
Wow.
So but my source of inspiration, nothing like they just make money and survive lah.
Correct, and be happy.
You know, I mean, I'm very blessed that I get a chance to do what I do and make people happy and get paid for it. So you know, part and parcel of doing all this is just to try and disrupt the local scene.
Yes, that's right.
With my fellow entertainers, like all of y'all.
Yes.
Because all of us coming together and doing what we do, you know, I think not just our story hopefully can inspire the next gen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I also feel that it's time to up the game in the local scene.
Of course, I totally understand, because I think so. Like the more we work together with other people, the better it's going to be, and the scene is going to grow.
No man is an island, you know.
No
man. But the thing is, a lot of the locals have this. I don't know why it's like they've got this whole shutters around themselves, and they wanna do it only for themselves. I, me, and myself. And I'm not for that. You know, I'm all about knowledge sharing, and education's a lifelong process. We never stop learning. You know?
So true. I totally agree with that.
We learn something new every day. I just learned how bloody GoPro works.
Yes,
or doesn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Make sure you have an open door to the back.
Looks like now I have to sellotape this mofo lah.
I think so. You have to do the old school.
I have to stick the blinking charger in. I'm prepared, okay? I have my car charger all ready to get.
I tell you what, the easiest way to do it is I'll give you a DIY version. So you buy one of those Velcro stickers.
Both sides.
Yeah, and then you Velcro it.
Male and female. Pochi, done.
Easy.
True lah, dey.
Easy situation. They can still charge the thing.
You might be right lah.
Yeah. Actually, bro, I got an interesting thing to tell you, bro. The first time I met you, I don't know if you remember this.
No, I don't.
Okay, this is might shock you. I don't know if you remember or not. So This is like a few years back. No, not a few years back. Yeah, I would say like maybe 10, 12 years back maybe.
Okay.
Or more than that.
Okay.
I was working for KLM. In KLCC.
Okay.
So KLCC, KLM, I was like doing like because I was working for another company, and then I was giving out flyers for KLM because they were doing a trip to Indonesia and all that.
Okay.
And the highlight of the whole event was end of the campaign. They had Chris Dayanti to come perform.
In KLCC, and I announced her, and
you were the MC.
Yeah, because the client who hired me was the Jakarta Tourism Board.
Yeah, and so I'm a big Chris Dayanti fan.
Okay.
So I actually, at the time I didn't have a beard, bro.
Oh wow.
So I actually brought the flowers and gave it to her, and he actually pulled me up on stage. He made me dance with Chris Dayanti.
No kidding.
Yes.
I remember that event, but
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it was a blur of who I brought up.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
You're
So it
absolutely
was,
right on.
Yeah. It was KLCC in the center court.
Wow.
And, yeah.
That was going back to maybe 2004, 2005.
Yes.
Around there, lah.
That time. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I mean, but I didn't know you from Adam lah at that point.
No.
We didn't know each other.
No, I didn't know you that
So
time.
you just saw me as the MC and that was it lah.
That's about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a long time ago, man.
Well,
Yeah.
bro, I tell you what.
And now I'm here in your car.
I know. What are the freaking odds,
And
man?
we both have beards,
I know.
so we've grown wiser.
We have definitely grown
But
wiser.
yours a bit colourful, lah. So
Yeah, thanks to freaking Kavin. So I'm done with games lah. No more games for me.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kavin's games, my beard is this. Well, he asked me to bleach it. I went one step further. And thanks to Jason, I did comedy. So with you, we're just going to be nice boys.
Yes.
And in fact, it is about time to call it quits because I
Yes.
have to actually go back to my day job.
Oh yeah, you've got
As an
meeting,
event
right?
planner.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm not sure what you need to do because right now with that bag, you look like a pusari.
No, pusari, bro.
Okay, I thought you were going to do some Hail Marys and also
healer,
some
healing crystal expert.
We'll talk about that later. Alright, so Prakash, it's been an absolute pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for having me, bro.
It's really, I'm glad you... Oh, there we
let's
go.
go.
Yeah, wunderbar.
Yes.
We are
This is
back.
so cool, yes.
We are back in business.
I think so. This is going to be a damn good episode.
It's gonna make my poor guy editing. It's gonna have a like bloody boss. I tell you, can't just sit down quietly.
And then you see now we're going over the bumps, right?
Bumpy, bumpy.
Yes.
All right. So, anyways, bro, it's been an absolute
Thank you so much
pleasure
for having me.
I think you're the perfect guy to kickstart this little project of mine.
Thank you.
And I'm just literally gonna drop you by the roadside
Hey, don't
because. I think you got to sell some muringakas. Oh no,
No, that one petai lah, bro.
Petai,
You
not
don't know the difference
muringaka.
between petai and muringaka.
Sorry, laddie. I'm a coconut. I am brown on the outside but white on the inside.
Yes.
In that sense, heritage is still a work in progress for me, lah.
Yes, it's okay. All of us are still finding ourselves.
We're still finding ourselves,
But unlike white people, we don't wear the elephant pants. So
That's true, though.
Yeah. You know why, right?
Why actually?
Because we own the elephants.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. But
Right.
Chinese people eat them, so
Started lah. So since you're a little warmed up, how about doing some comedy first and we'll call it a night lah?
No, that's why
Or we'll call it a day.
This is all the jokes I'm doing lah. So if you all want to watch long form set of jokes, come and please follow me on Prakash Daniel Comedy.
Yes.
And all the other details I'll pass to you.
Can do.
Please promote me, Kaka, bro.
I will, brother.
Yes.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
I'll be dropping off at the roadside. You can hitchhike your way
Yes.
back to wherever it is that you need to go. lah.
This is it's like the censored, not uncensored, censored version of this adult entertainment series.
Of course.
Yes,
That's coming live to you.
Yes.
Alright, so my very first Carpool talk show has just gone down with a whole lot of technical glitches.
Yeah.
And you guys are all privy to it because Prakash just ran a train on me.
Yes.
But it is what it is.
Yes.
So folks, I'll tell you more on how to get a hold of this bearded champ. And look forward to seeing you in action, brother.
Thanks, man. Thank
you so much. So it's time for you to make like a banana and split.
Okay, bro. See you, bro. Take care.
So this is Kampong Sentosa.
I don't know. I mean, some Chinese
Don't know
village,
where,
right?
But you figure it out, lah.
Okay, lah. Cool. I'll see you back in a bit, lah.
All right. Thank you so much, lah. So that was Carpool Talk Show episode 1. Me, Jiggee Jon. I hope you guys enjoyed this and stay tuned for more.